Rolling. Cool. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to our weekly live stream. My name is Alicia, and today we're going to talk about emergencies. Today's theme is explaining emergencies and making reports. So in today's lesson, I'm going to explain patterns you can use to make phone or in-person reports about emergency situations. I'm also going to talk a lot about some key vocabulary words that you can use to describe like medical emergencies or to describe like accidents. We'll also talk about vocabulary for suspicious situations. So there's a lot to talk about. I will probably talk too much as usual, but there will be a lot of patterns that you can kind of use to make your own reports or to describe your own situation. So please feel free to send your example sentences in the chat throughout the lesson, and I will try to check them live, but there are a lot. So I see Facebook and YouTube up. Hi, everybody. Lots of people there. Josh and Diego, Manoj, Lenin, someone with a Korean name I can't read, sorry, Esteban, Mohammed, Samson, Adrian, Apache, Patricia, Manoj again, hi, Karina, hi there. And on Facebook, Amilcar, hello, Awo, and Masaya again, hey. Luis and Ronak and Mahmoud and Zia and Nabila. Hi, everybody. Osman, too. Great. Lots of people. As you join, please don't forget to like the video so other learners can find today's lesson. We really appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to share the video, we also really appreciate that too. Okay, we will take about a minute before we begin the lesson. So as always, a quick announcement. Let's see, like 12 hours ago maybe, we had this new video go up on the English Class 101 YouTube channel. This is a video about food nouns. So I made this video about counter words that you can use to like count uncountable nouns that are like food related nouns. So this is a really good video for just everyday life things. So talking about eating. So if you have not seen this video yet, you can check this out. This is on the English Class 101 YouTube channel. So I hope that's helpful. Coming soon is a similar video, uncountable drink nouns. So I know lots of you like food lessons. Okay. Cool. So with that, as I said, today's lesson is about explaining emergencies. So I hope that we can talk about a lot of things. Hi, everybody. I can't get to all your comments, but I see you. Thanks for watching. Okay. We are about 3 minutes in, so I'm going to start soon. I'm going to share the video, actually, and then we will begin. There it is. Cool. Okay, so today we're going to talk about a lot of things. I hope I can get through it all. We will see. So let's get started. I want to start over here. I want to start by introducing some reporting patterns. So for today's lesson, yes, these are patterns you can use to explain emergency situations, yes. But you can also just use these to kind of give reports, even like at your workplace, like you're calling to report, I don't know, some maybe problem at your workplace. It doesn't have to be an emergency situation. So there are a couple of other times when you can use these. So let's get started. All right, first, for reporting accidents, we can use this pattern right here, this first one. This is a phone pattern. So when you're calling someone like in the emergency line, in the US it's 911, the emergency phone number. When you're using the phone to report an accident, you can use this pattern right here. I'm calling, progressive tense. I'm calling to report, and then you'll need an article. So I'm calling to report I'm calling to report an. Here then are a few examples. These are things to report. So we have specific noun phrases in some cases, or we have like some more information that we need to provide. Common examples. I'm calling to report a car crash or a car accident. So car crash or car accident, you can use both of these to describe the same thing. So an accident involving a car, an accident between two cars, or a car accident like a car in a building. So a car crash or a car accident. I'm calling to report a car accident. This second one, this is something that you will need to put your own information into. This is if an object fell. So fell here, fell is the past tense of fall. Fall becomes fell in past tense. So an object fell on a thing or a person, an object or a person. So for example, a tree fell on a car, or a building fell on another building. I don't know, it's something kind of crazy happened. So this is one you can use to describe when one object falls on top of another object. So I'm calling to report, in this case, I'm calling to report that an object fell onto another object. You will need to change the sentence slightly. Another one. Someone wrote, I'm calling to report that we are in the best English class. Woohoo, thanks. I hope that's not a bad thing. That was very funny. Good. Oh, Marcelo says, I dropped a 200-degree cup of coffee on my lap. Is that an accident? Yeah, sure. You can describe that as an accident. It's up to you if you need to call someone and make a report about that. I don't know. But that's a very hot cup of coffee. So you can describe that as an accident, yes. So something you do not plan on happening is an accident. Okay. Good, yeah, Mistel's, you're getting ahead there on Facebook. Someone said, I'm calling to report at Brooklyn College, someone not breathing well. I'm going to get to that in part 2 of today's lesson. Whew, you guys are getting ahead of me. That's awesome. Okay, a couple more common ones though. I'm calling to report a fire. A fire. I'm calling to report a fire. Any fire, like that's not supposed to be there. Just use the word fire. So you don't need to say fire accident or fire incident. I'm calling to report a fire. Finally, this one, chemical spill. Chemical spill. So a chemical spill, some of you I know work in like research settings. So if you work with chemicals, or if you work maybe with lots of cleaning products, and there's a spill of a dangerous chemical, you can use this word to report it. I'm calling to report a chemical spill. Calling to report a chemical spill. Okay, so some of you, I saw in your example sentences, you already have this giving your location part included. That's awesome. So a couple patterns to give your location. So after you make a phone report and you need to give your location, where are you? You can use one of these 2 patterns. So if you have studied how to give directions, you might recognize, or you might remember some of these. So first one here is I'm at, so again, I am at the corner of, don't forget this of here, this preposition. I'm at the corner of Street A and Street B. So the idea here is, for example, if you're at an intersection, right here, if this is your spot, are we zoomed in? Is it possible to zoom? Okay, maybe we'll zoom in a second. So imagine you're at an intersection here. So an intersection means a place where 2 roads come together. So if you're here at the corner of these 2 streets, you can say, I'm at the corner of Street A and Street B. So I'm at this corner here. That's what this means. That's one pattern you can use to describe your location. If you're at a place that's very well known, you can use this pattern. I'm at the supermarket in front of, or maybe behind or next to, whatever, maybe X station, for example. So if you don't know the street name, if you don't know exactly where you are, but there's a really big landmark, like a station in this case, or like a really well-known store or supermarket, you can use a landmark. That's called a landmark. So something that's well known, like an object or a building that's well known. You can use that to report your location. So I'm at the corner of Street A and Street B. So to put all of this stuff together, you could say maybe I want to report a fire. I see a fire in a building. I could say I'm calling to report a fire. I'm at the corner of Street A and Street B. Like the fire is in the building next to the supermarket across from the bank. So we can put together like directions, reporting information, all of this. All right, so these are our basic reporting phrases we'll use today. We'll come back to them a little bit later as well. Okay, so I want to take a quick break. It is 10 minutes past the hour. I have, as always, free PDFs for you guys, but I know, I don't think I have it here actually, but, oh, okay. There's actually a different one. I don't have it in front of me. You will see it. You see it right here actually too, that there's a special Black Friday deal. Woo. Oh, is it bigger? Thank you. Thank you for zooming that in. There's a special Black Friday deal. If you don't know what Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving, and a lot of stores, a lot of companies have really, really big sales for Christmas on this day. So our kind of special, I think it's one day only, is that right? Or it's only until Friday, I think. I saw the video this morning. I think it's that. It's a special Black Friday sale, and there are limited spots available. So this is our special thing for this week for sure. So you can check this. The link for this is in the description of this video. If you're watching on YouTube, you can find the link below the video in the description box. If you're watching on Facebook, you can find it above the video. So this is a special big deal only for Black Friday. So you can find all the details at the website. Please check it out. All right. Yes, it is live. Indeed. It is indeed live. Okay. Cool. Yeah, and you can see some of our team members are sending information in the YouTube chat. I see that now. Hey. Okay. So we'll come back to that again later with some more details too. All right, if you're just joining us though, today's lesson is about explaining emergencies and making reports. Explaining emergencies and making reports. Hello everybody that just joined. I see lots of you just joined on Facebook. Hi, Sylvia and Kim and Ayman and BK and Alidad. Hi. Okay, let's continue to part 2 of today's lesson then. Part 2 here is medical emergencies. So in this part of the lesson, I'm going to talk a lot about key vocabulary words you can use to describe like injuries. So if you get sick or if you get hurt, injured, these are some words you can use and some patterns you can use to describe that. You can also use some of these when you visit a doctor to explain an injury or to explain an illness. Okay, let's take a look. First one. The first medical emergency is a very common one, and you don't have to use this in emergency situations. You can just tell your friends if this happens to you. It is, I cut myself with a knife. I cut myself with a knife. So you'll notice here, this cut, it seems like it's the same as present tense cut. So like present tense cut and past tense cut. They have the same spelling, the same pronunciation. So we know though that this is a past tense statement because if this were a present tense statement, it would be a really strange thing to say. So a quick grammar reminder, we use present tense to talk about regular actions, yeah? Something we do like as part of a schedule. So if this is part of my schedule, I cut myself with a knife, that's a really strange thing to say. So we know that this is probably a past tense expression. I cut myself with a knife. That's how we know that this is not a present tense statement. It doesn't make sense as a present tense statement. So I cut myself. This is also an example of a verb that's used reflexively. So for you more intermediate or advanced learners, reflexive verbs are verbs where the subject and like the object are the same person or the same thing. So if you want to change your subject, make it he cut himself with a knife. She cut herself with a knife. So your subject and your object refer to the same thing. That is correct to do. Okay. Someone said, I cut a knife with my finger. Are you sure? I cut my finger with a knife. So the object or the person that was cut should be the object of the verb here. Okay. I don't see any other questions yet. Okay, so I'll go on to the next point. Someone mentioned this in the Facebook chat earlier. Many thanks for that. I'm having trouble breathing. So here you'll notice I'm having trouble breathing. You can use this in the progressive tense. I'm having trouble breathing means right now it's difficult for me to breathe. Progressive. I'm having trouble breathing. Another way to say this is I can't breathe. I can't breathe. So you'll notice the grammar here changes. Simple, it's a much more simple sentence, but it means like it's impossible for me to breathe. I can't breathe. If you want to change this so that you can explain a friend's condition, like my friend is having trouble breathing. He is having trouble breathing, or she can't breathe. These are how we would change these sentences to describe it. So trouble breathing is like it's difficult to breathe. Can't breathe is like impossible. Like it sounds much more serious. I can't breathe. Okay, good. I have trouble trying to breathe underwater, says Luis. I think that's a very common problem. Okay, let's go on to another, actually maybe for some of you, the most important part of today's lesson. I'm having an allergic reaction. This word right here is really important. If you have like a food allergy, if you're sensitive to food, if you're sensitive to certain animals, allergies. So like for example, I know peanuts are a really common food item that people have allergies to. So some people will eat that or touch peanuts, and maybe their skin will get really big or turn red, or they can't breathe. So that's called an allergic reaction. The pronunciation is allergic reaction. Please keep in mind, there is this word, allergies. I have allergies. Like I have allergies to pets, or I have allergies to food. Allergies and allergic have slightly different pronunciations. So I'm having an allergic reaction. Reaction means response, an allergic response to something. So again, we're using this progressive verb form here too. I'm having an allergic reaction, and you can explain the allergy to. I'm having an allergic reaction to peanuts. I'm having an allergic reaction to a cat, for example. Okay. Someone says, I don't understand the use of having. Okay. Thanks for the question, Navin. So having here, I'm having. We use this to mean I'm experiencing. So in these sentences, you can kind of think of it as like I'm experiencing, but experiencing sounds way too formal. We use have. Like imagine in the sentence, I'm having a good time. It means I'm experiencing a good time, but we don't say experience there. Here, having means experiencing. So please think of it in that way. Do I have any allergies? I have a slight cat allergy. I sneeze a lot. Okay, good. Danny says, I've got an allergic reaction. We would say I have an allergic reaction. I'm having an allergic reaction, or I've got allergies to. So in my case, like I've got allergies to cats. That's something we would say. Okay, good. I'm having chicken pox maybe. P-O-X. P-O-X is chicken pox, the sickness. Okay, good. Let's move along then. Time's running out. Next one. I have severe pain in my body part. This is the next pattern. 2 points for this sentence. Severe. Severe is the pronunciation of this word. Severe means very, very strong, very, very bad. I have severe pain in something. I have severe pain in my left arm. I have severe pain in my stomach. I have severe pain in my head. These are quick ways to explain you are in a lot of pain. Something is very, very painful. Okay, let's see. Actually, I will talk about this because the last part is a little bit shorter. So let's continue on down this list for now. And if you have some examples with this severe pain point, please feel free to send them in the chat. Okay, I want to continue. I mentioned this word in the first part of today's lesson, chemicals. So we talked about a chemical spill. So if you work with chemicals, if you work with like cleaning products, chemicals might be part of your everyday life. So I got chemicals in my eye, or I got chemicals on my skin. So this is one part. In my eye, I got chemicals on my skin. So notice here, your preposition changes, yeah? In my eye, so meaning like inside your eye area, and on my skin. I got chemicals in my eye, on my skin. Watch out for that preposition there. This part, I got. So we use got to mean like I had a negative reaction, or I had a negative, it's kind of used to mean like something negative happened to me. So I got chemicals on my skin, we would say. We would not say here, I have chemicals on my skin. Like you could explain it as like a simple fact, but it sounds more kind of like a negative experience to say, I got chemicals on my skin. Oh no. Similar to like, I got a bad score on a test, or I got lost, for example. It's like saying became with a negative feeling about it. I got chemicals on my skin. Ugh, it's bad. Okay. Anything else? Someone said, I every day have pain head. I'm going to talk about that later. I have a headache every day. I have a headache every day. Nice examples too, everybody. Alberta said, I have severe pain in my shoulder. Shoulder, S-H-O-U-L-D-E-R, shoulder. Yes, you may ask live questions. I can't promise I can catch all of them. Nice one. I got chemicals. Usually we use this plural form, chemicals, S. Don't forget your S there. I got chemicals in my ear. I got chemicals in my hair. Good. I have severe, careful, severe, your spelling of severe there's an E at the end. Without it, sever. The word is sever. This becomes the word sever. Sever means to cut something. Severe means very strong. Watch out for your spelling there. I got chemicals on my nails. For your nails, we use this preposition on as well. So watch out for that. Okay. I got wasabi in my eye. Oh no. Come, nice example sentence. That's pretty good. I got chemicals in my mouth. Nice. I have dizziness in my head, or just I have dizziness is okay. We understand it's in your head there. Great, nice examples, everybody. Let's continue on to this next part, and then we'll talk about a couple more vocabulary words and take a break. This is one, I actually had to use this one time. I found a person on the ground. So maybe you've had like this experience on the street or something. If you find another person and you want to explain that, what do you say? So first, past tense, I found a person on the ground. So not floor. Floor is inside. Like now in the studio, we are inside. There's a floor here. If you're outside, it's on the ground. On the ground. Again, your preposition here is on. So I found a person on the ground. He or she is not responsive. He or she is not responsive. Responsive, you see inside this word, responsive, is this response. So that means he or she is not giving a response. If I say like, hello, are you okay? There's no response. We communicate that with this. He is not responsive. She is not responsive. This is a key word when you're making phone reports there. Okay, let's finish this part with this last bit down here, describing pain. I want to introduce 3 points here about describing pain. Junior, Alicia, I have an allergy or I'm allergic. Both are okay. I have a, like peanut allergy, or I'm allergic to something. Both are fine there. Okay, last, describing pain. If you, nice arrow. If you arrive at a hospital, A common question a doctor or hospital staff will ask you is this one right here. On a scale from 1 to 10, how bad is the pain? On a scale from 1 to 10, this part, on a scale from 1 to 10 means from 1 to 10, how bad is the pain? So that means you please choose a number. So 1 is light pain, 10 is strong pain. On that scale, how bad is your pain? So you can say 8, 6, 3. That's a quick way for doctors and nurses to understand your pain. Last part in this section, 3 key vocabulary words here. Some of you already talked about it. These are 3 different ways to describe the pain that you feel. The first word is sharp pain, sharp pain. So sharp, like a knife. A knife is a good image for this word. So sharp pain, if you can imagine, like someone stabbed you, it's really like a knife pain in your body. You can describe that as sharp pain. So for example, I have a sharp pain in my stomach, or I have sharp pain in my head. So it's like a knife. We use sharp pain to talk about that. The next word here is this one, throbbing pain. This one is hard to pronounce. So there's that TH at the beginning, an unvoiced TH, throbbing, throbbing pain. So the root here is throb. Throb, to throb, means to rhythmically beat. So this comes from your heartbeat, actually. So your heart has like that regular beat. So when you have pain that has the same rhythm as your heartbeat, like you notice it has like a rhythm to it, we describe that as throbbing pain. Something is throbbing pain. So like a headache is often a great example of throbbing pain. You could say sharp throbbing pain too if you want to. That's also good. Okay, and the last one that I want to describe is ache. You can put this after a body part too. Someone mentioned headache earlier, great. Headache, stomach ache, backache, those are the common ones, I think. So an ache is kind of just a low level of pain that's just constant. It's not really throbbing, it's not really sharp, it's just uncomfortable. Maybe like shoulder ache as well. Okay, so those are 3 quick words you can use to talk about different types of pain. All right, but I have to take another break and then we'll finish with a few more key words. If you missed it earlier, today is a very special thing that we have. It's this banner down at the bottom of the screen. This, if you don't know Black Friday, I mentioned it earlier in the lesson, but Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving is on a Thursday. The day after Thanksgiving is Friday. So this is called Black Friday, and it's become a really popular day for shopping. So there are lots of really good deals, discounts, bargains, things like that. So many people like to go out shopping on Fridays with their family members, usually for Christmas. So we also have a Black Friday special this year. So this is 51% off. So this means this is for basic, premium, and premium plus. 51% off. So if you are, excuse me, so if you are not a member of the website, this is a chance maybe to get a good deal if you decide to become a member. Oh, it's for life. Access for life. Control Desk has informed me it is access for life. That is pretty exciting. So if you want to check this out, there's limited spots available. 101, interesting. You can find this in the link below the video if you're watching on YouTube, and above the video if you're watching on Facebook. So please check that link if you want to get this Black Friday deal. Okay, a couple questions. Armando says, hi, when do you use it hurts? It hurts. This is a very general word. Anytime you make it like an injury, like if I kick something, like, my leg hurts, like we use that to talk about just general pain. We don't say, I have a pain in my leg for that. We would say, it hurts. Like, my head hurts a little today. Or like, my hand hurts, like I stretched it, I don't know. Or like, my neck hurts, I slept weird. Okay, let's finish then with This part here. Ma Amadi says, how many days do you have online class in a week? This is once a week. You are watching once a week class. Okay, let's go to this. Our last part here, I want to introduce just a couple vocabulary words for suspicious people, suspicious sounds, other disturbances. So if you want to make a report, like we talked about here, about something that's not an accident, but it's a suspicious person, this is how you can do it. So, like, I'm calling to report a strange man, or I'm calling to report a strange woman outside my house. So again, you can use those location expressions we talked about at the beginning of today's lesson. I'm calling to report a robbery. I'm calling to report a theft. What's the difference between robbery and theft? Robbery is generally like large scale, like a bank robbery, like someone stole a lot of money, or like lots of like diamond necklaces or something. That's a robbery. Theft is usually smaller scale, like someone went to a convenience store and like stole, I don't know, like $500. It's usually like smaller scale things. Robberies are like bigger things. So I'm calling to report a robbery, or I'm calling to report theft. That's another point here. We use an article. I'm calling to report a robbery. I'm calling to report a theft is okay, or I'm calling to report theft. You may hear it with no article there. The last two words are threat and assault. Threat, threat. So again, there's that THR pronunciation, a threat. So threat, this is related to the verb to threaten, to threaten. So in this case, there's not any like physical attack, but someone uses strong words to say something like, I'm going to hurt you, or I'm going to do something bad. They're saying that something bad is going to happen in the future. That's, as a noun, a threat. So you could say, I'm calling to report a threat, or I'm calling because I was threatened. Finally, assault. If you see it like a fight, you can say, I'm calling to report a fight, yes, or I'm calling to report an assault, So if threats are like words, we're using words to scare somebody, assault is actually attacking somebody. So you're using physical force, like making someone do something. That is assault. So I'm calling to report an assault, or someone was assaulted, for example, as a verb, assaulted. So these are a couple of words you can use to talk about suspicious people, or like fights, or other disturbances. So those means like societal problems, for example. Amr, threatened with a knife. Yes, you could say that. Someone threatened me with a knife. Yes, you can. Okay. I don't see other questions yet. Some of you are writing some very silly sentences about theft. Okay. Great. I will end there for today, though, because I'm late. I talk too much, as always. So this lesson, if you missed it, please don't worry. This lesson was recorded. You can watch this on our Facebook page or on our YouTube page at any time. If you have questions, please send them in the chat. I will check your messages and try to answer them somehow in the future. Of course, we will be back next week. So today's lesson will finish here, but next week we will be back. Next week, it will be November 29th, Wednesday, November 29th. The topic will be explaining steps in a process. So I'm going to talk a lot about sequence words, like first, after that, then, next, that sort of thing. So I want this to be a good lesson to help you with writing and with presentations too. So please join us next week for this lesson. So that's Wednesday. Now it's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because of daylight savings. So please be careful. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is New York City time. Of course, you can always get a notification on YouTube or on Facebook. You can get the hit the notification button for our live streams. That would be fantastic. So we'll finish there for today. Don't forget to check out this Black Friday sale. There's only, I wonder how many are left now. I don't know. kind of curious. I don't know. Anyway, if you want to find this special Black Friday deal, please check the link below the video on YouTube or above the video on Facebook. Thank you as always for sharing and for liking the video. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you for your questions. Really great questions, everybody. And thank you for your example sentences. So please enjoy your weekend. If you are celebrating Thanksgiving and Black Friday, I hope that you have a nice celebration. But otherwise, I will see you all again next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.